Today, this old Pot County legend, the down and dirty Datsun from the Mini Trucking Magazine, she's gonna get a little more love in her life. It's bad. Guys, this is bad. Just perfect. Warning, we're just having fun. If you take stuff too serious, this channel may not be for you, buddy. Welcome to True Crime Television. Pay close attention, folks. On January 4, 2022, we would capture the last known video of the elusive Oklahoma wild man. The Oklahoma wild man is wanted for just killing it on YouTube. Prior to this, he was last seen in Pennsylvania.
Now this just in, police officers in Lancaster, Pennsylvania were asking people to be on the lookout for a man who robbed a store. And I think we do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description. Okay. This is the guy they wanted people in Pennsylvania to be out on the lookout for. He's got a nose and some hair that goes like that, and he was wearing a hat at the time of this particular crime. He's got kind of a chin that comes down to almost a point.
Shortly after being spotted in Pennsylvania, he would be caught on camera again. This time he looks lost or almost confused for a second. Unfortunately, the camera system fails. Even though the killing it on YouTube continues to this day, the Oklahoma wild man would never be seen again. Boy, that old wind's just a-blowing. Yeah, I'm cleaned up, okay? We did a tune-up on the old crazy hair. Boy, I was some gel and a goatee away from looking like that fella from the 4x4 show. I decided we're gonna mess with this shelf today. She's kind of a catch-all. Boy, we got the back plumb full. It looks like the hood's just old carburetor kit central right there. All right. The back, we got our wheels and tires. We got them old 18-inch steelies with the cap mocked up. Now, speaking of wheels, look what I got right here. That's right, baby. I've not decided what color we're going to do the truck yet, but you can never go wrong with a white steely. White steely's the universal wheel of she'll look good on anything. These are the original wheels of this truck. Do you know what looks good on a shiny new set of wheels and tires? Besides me? And calm down. Don't you get too hot and bothered. Speaking of hot and bothered, last week I set the Yeehaw on fire. Hello.
I don't hear any fire sirens.
No, I got her under control. I'm a trained firefighter. Oh, not the Coca-Cola. Die on me? No, she good. Yeah, we set her on fire, tried about 20 different carburetors on her, did a burnout. Finally got her going. No, what looks good on shiny new wheels and tires is shiny new center caps, which you can tell pretty easy these ain't shiny new center caps. But I don't know what we can do. First, we can fire up this yeehaw. Oh, baby. She don't even have a choke, folks. Last week when I almost burned her down, she realized I was done playing her games and she better quit playing with me and start running, or else. Don't worry about all that trash. We can throw this big heavy load back here. Look, we can wrap these and protect them.
Jesse, don't do it. I bet you he's got more than 100 grand under the hood of that car. Too soon, Junior.
And we're gonna take this loaded down yeehaw with our oversized load, and we're gonna go see old Slick. Don't mind that trash, Slick. So we're gonna come see Slick. Go through them, I'll show you the battle. No. No.
That one. Okay, that's easy.
Got a little ding there. Slick is a polishing expert, and he's kind of getting out on his own here, doing his own thing, so we're gonna bring these to him. So Slick's getting going here. Oklahoma Speed and Custom. And like these valve covers, I'll show you guys some before pictures on them. He's working on these things. So what I'm trying to encourage Slick to do is to maybe set up some shipping where if you guys want something done like these caps, which by the way, same guy who restored the ones for the Travelall. You dang right, those look good. Or a set of valve covers, y'all can ship them to him. He can restore them, ship them back to you or whatever. Now, he's doing a startup, so I ain't saying if you mention me, you'll get any discount, but what I am gonna do is hook Slick up with some of these packs of merchandise or stickers or whatever, okay? So if you mention Puddin's Fab Shop, when he sends your stuff back, he can throw that in there for you guys supporting him and, you know, whatever. You see what I'm trying to do here anyhow. To get in contact with him, we'll put it in the description of this video because we don't know if we're putting a number or email yet, so just look down below. We'll have her figured out by then.
I'll get it figured out.
So there we go. We got them babies dropped off with old Slick, and he's gonna do them up right. He done knocked the dinger out of that one before I could even leave. Guys, a set of caps like that, the valve covers, you're probably looking around 300 bucks to spit shine them babies up, get them all lined out. So please, if you're interested, inquire with him. If you're not interested, don't waste this time. I don't even know if we're gonna run them things on these wheels or not. Oh, check out that baby right there. We're gonna start with getting the bed off this old girl. We'll figure her out one way or another. I ain't got nowhere to hide all my wheel dollies. This baby's about to look like $1 million bucks with these wheels and tires on here. Oh yeah, I like my bumpers and steelies to match my New Balances. White and crappy looking. Going down. Next we need to get our Ian Johnson lift coils and our paperweight crate motor out of the way. So just damned old 350 3/4 racing cam. Got a Holly 4-barrel, set of Flowmasters out back, Edelbrock chrome air filter, some damned old long tubes. Kept up with my cousin's 383 stroker motor. I have yet to decide what we're actually going to tackle on this thing. Time for her to come out of retirement. Get her lined out here. About got her situated anyhow. We'll get the hood off. I think we're gonna start looking at the front, guys. The back, we got frame rails. Pretty well got a clean slate to do whatever the heck we want back there. But up front, well, she ain't been unpuddinfied yet from when Puddin was 18. Stuff like custom fender wells, you know. But the custom tub job, well, she don't stop right here. Oh no, she continues into the actual fender well itself. That's real good. Same on this side, and looks like she may have some custom wiring going on. And all this ain't got nothing on that suspension. Holy red wire bundle. Don't worry about color coding wires, guys. Red will work, just run it for everything. There we go. Let's boy, what in all the wiring do we got going on here? Don't mind the speaker wire. Just give these babies some snips right now. Oh, that one's good. Just going right in the fuse panel. No shocker there. Get all that pulled. You got to start somewhere, you know. Front looks about 12 times better already. All I did was undo all I ever did do. Oh, fusible link? You mean piece of damn amp supply wire just shoved in there and taped? This just keeps getting even more embarrassing. I don't know how I caught that yeehaw on fire, but somehow never managed to catch this SOB on fire. This is the one that should have burnt down. As bad as all this is, this ain't even the bad part. Y'all want to see young Puddin Tang's front suspension skills? It's bad. Guys, this is bad. There she is. You should never put your brake lines through the holder. You know, just put them off to the side and let them flop. I'm gonna build us a creeper real quick, then we're gonna take us a little closer look. That upper plate looks as surprised as I do that this thing ever held together. Until we just lobbed that corner off with the old hot stick. Couple little triangle gussets in there, you know, to really beef that up. And we got all these boogers down and under here. Oh man. Guys, she is in bad shape. I honestly cannot believe that I never killed me, killed someone riding with me, or killed an innocent bystander when driving this thing. And we ain't even gonna start talking about all that because I didn't even know about those. Everything on this thing's plumb worn out. Never hurts to hit all the hardware with a little loopy doobie. Just like that, they're separated. Oh yeah. And on this truck, guys, I want to do as least as possible. We ain't building no show truck. We ain't gonna touch every little bit on it. We're just gonna fix the bad. The bad. If we can recut this line and just reflare it, that's what we'll do. There we go. Boy, someone smoked this side too. The tie rods actually look new, so I guess I did replace them, so at least I didn't cut no corners there. That was my thumb. Oh, whew. Breathe. Got that baby apart. Tie rod still feels good, guys, nice and tight. Luckily we didn't booger up our threads too bad, so I think we can actually reuse it. We'll go to the inside and get the rest of our little upper here. Yeah, they're nice and tight. It looks like I put new bushings in there, so I don't know what the deal is there. And here's the worst part of it all. Well, guess it's all kind of the worst part. This is one that just surprised me anyhow. We're gonna pull this bolt right up here for our lower control arm. Come on, baby. You ought to come out of there no problem, considering you're about a 1/8 inch too small. Damn, that's all there. Look at this bolt. Oh, we could make a joke about that, but we're not. Guys, that should be the same size because that bushing that's in there, well, it matches our control arm, obviously. So this thing's been wiggling and wobbling the whole time. I used to road trip this baby state to state. I road tripped her city to city. I road tripped it car show to car show. How in the good lordy I never did kill someone, seriously? No idea. There's hope for everyone, kids. You can start like that and one day grow up to be like me. Once you pull them caps, there's supposed to be a nut right there, and you take that nut off. Should look about like so. But luckily this one was self-removing, so it already removed itself. And as you can see there, she's already coming out. So we're gonna see if we can polish her off and finish getting her out of there. Yep, didn't take very much. If anyone currently needs, I'm actually running a special this week and this week only on front end rebuilds. So with that out of there, you just pull that baby right out. Good old mustard colored grease there. And that's our front end, folks. Down here, we gotta have a little look-see and see if we can cut out all this old crap, maintain our upper control arm position, and get her fixed up too. Don't sleep on the New Balances, they ain't playing around. I think we're gonna cut right here. We're gonna cut this out. Maybe you can notice this frame's kind of curved in. At one point I sliced her in the middle, beat that in with a hammer, added a filler plate right there and right there. It's because that damned old airbag's so close to the frame it'll rub, so you gotta have her little concave. I added this piece here that just welds to our factory lip, so I'd like to get it gone. Our nice upper everything, basically the top of this tower we can cut off too, because we ain't gonna use a shock mount up there anymore. Main thing that we do not need to lose in here is the upper control arm mounting location. And we're gonna do the best we can to get everything cut out of here. Get that air pressure, baby. Don't mind that custom setup. Tune out that old regulator. Oh, she's ready to go live. Make sure she's on kill mode. For Puddin's Fab Shop next fire act. Hot damn, bring the heat. Here we go with that again. Not today, devil. Couple love taps will do. Puddin's Fab Shop original right there, baby. Couple of relief cuts right here, guys. Next, we're gonna take the air hammer and see if we can get that tab off. Well, I'd say so. Little cleaner every time. Guys, I just stayed out here all damn night and grinded till the morning. We about got her halfway cleaned up. Just playing, I had to go in last night, just got out here this morning. I got to looking, and I think I got a good idea, so I'm glad I took a break last night anyhow. As you can see, this looks like the Tin Man threw up and just left a mess. Only thing that's really important right here is the location of this. So as long as we find a way to locate this back in here, we can get rid of all of this, which will work out good for us. So let's just say we take something like some Clecos. I ain't busted these out on y'all in a good minute. But Puddin, I don't have Clecos. What if you don't have Clecos, you ask? Well, get you some self-tappers or drill you a hole or something. Let's say we want some scrap metal, something we can use, no big deal. Maybe like a couple washers for a 1/2-inch hole. Fairly thick, fairly sturdy. Let's say we go ahead and drill us a couple 1/8-inch holes in this washer. Let's say we get crazy and do 2 and just get plumb nasty. Let's say our battery dies. Let's say our battery's good and our drill's crapping out. Little love tap. She's ready for more. Let's say we take a roll-lock and clean up these couple of burrs. Oh, baby. And we may clean us a spot or 2. So we hold a washer there and get us a hole. There's one. Take your Cleco, pop her through there, pop her through there. Oh, baby. That looks so good, we're gonna have to change its name from Cleco to Cleco. Drill another hole. Guess what's next? Cleco number 12 it is. Oh yeah, she's solid. Anyone want to guess what we're gonna do right here? Any takers? If you guess the same thing, you're damn right, baby. You dang right we'll take that. Now, because this is the only thing that matters, guys, we can weld something from this washer to this washer, then we can weld from it up to that, then we can lop off this whole dang thing, we can pull the whole unit off, we can slowly trim around this. Obviously we don't want to tweak what we got going on over here, and then we can clean up all that, then we can Cleco that piece back on, locate that right up to there, build up to it. My 18-year-old mess up's gone. It's finished. It's old news, baby. Some may say it's history. I think we got a pretty good idea here. That'll work. Got some little square tubing here in the old scrap cabinet, so whoop whoop. Trim her up. Tack her up. Fit her up. Scoot her up. All right, guys, you can see that's gonna fit pretty good. Little angle cut up there will help us. Didn't even put a reference mark, just winging it. Sometimes just winging her and dinging her just works perfect. So we actually put a nice little weld on that, not just a quick tack, because like I said, we don't want to lose that location. But now we can come in here with the old plasma slice, and slice here, slice there, 4 Clecos. We got our mounting location. What a plan, folks. Look at there, we could get her with the grinder if we wanted. Yes, sirree. I did say if. Not another fire. Just playing, guys. That's a clamp on the back. She can melt. That little baby fire ain't nothing compared to the Yeehaw. This is a job for a highly trained New Balance firefighter. Four Clecos. And looky there. We made a robot who wants a hug. And underneath here, we're actually ready to finish cleaning up all that baloney. We got a weld there. We've got a weld on the bottom. Looks like we got a weld on each side. Here's the easiest way to do this, guys. Give you a mark exactly where the edge is of your piece. We'll mark her on both sides. If you're brave with a plasma cutter, well, by golly, have at it. But this is the piece we really don't want to mess up. Connect them marks. We'll just slice her through the front with the cutoff wheel. Just going borderline on that baby, and each edge will drop off. Tighten down the robot's neck. Let's get a little straight edge action. And we've got us a pattern to slice and dice.
Trimmed her down, got the big chunk and the vise where we can get the air hammer on this side. There we go. Hit her with just a little cleanup. So now I'm gonna finish cutting this crap out over here, get the flapper disc on her, get her cleaned up, and then I'll show you guys. Woo! And after a very small, very tiny amount, not hardly at all, amount of grinding, we'll have a cleaned up frame rail. So there's that all cleaned up. See, we got her notched out for some airbag clearance. If you're worried about that not being enough material, the way this stuff's all boxed right there, with a cross member, motor mount and all that, I'm not worried about her one bit. Oh yeah, that's the good thing about if you don't like how I do things. You ain't gotta do it. I ain't telling nobody how to do nothing. I'm showing y'all how I'm fixing my truck. That baby just fits there nice and tight, snug as can be. Just perfect. No slack in that thing. She's dead nuts where she was at. We maintain our angle, we maintain our position. Now we can start building back up to this. And here's step one. Well, right back yonder, we hit that with the slice and dice. And that's our motor mount, cross member, whatchamacallit. So we're gonna buzz that with a weld and tie it back together. As we get ready to weld, a lot of folks always wanna say, hey, Puddin's Fab Shop, who never does fabrication. What What welding machine do you use? No, Puddin's Fab Shop likes to use the Millermatic 211. She's a good one. Had her for about 6, 7-ish years. This baby's basically the New Balances of the welding world. She's comfortable to use, and she looks good doing it. Second most asked question would be, what settings do you use? Like, what's your setup for welding? I like 30 thousandths wire, and I usually try to set it just right here at Caterpillar. That's what we're after. We definitely don't want no boogers, okay? So just set her towards Caterpillar. Yeah, that ain't really what we were after. Somebody called the damn nickel police up in here. The good thing was it was full burning down in, guys. And then we come up, just killed that edge, so that's penetration. If we turn her back just a hair, we could control her a little better. But I'm glad I could give y'all those detailed answers on my setup. I hope that helps. What we're gonna do now? Next, we wanna box in our frame. So we got some of our top of the line gasket material, not gasket, damn template material. I think we're pretty good right there. I kind of need to square that off, so I put me a note right there. I'm gonna have to get us some material here. Now watch that toe. That's how they get you. Now we got us a much more workable size instead of trying to heave-ho, Hulk man this thing around. Y'all want to build that out of some danged old 11 gauge, little paper thin 18 gauge. Fit her up with some 3/16, slap some 1/4 inch on her. Think some damned old 1/2 inch will get her? Boy, speaking of experts in the internet, start talking about thicknesses of metal and I bet we'll bring out all the damn experts. This is thicker than what was in there. I know everyone tries to say, oh this, oh that. Guys, I've overbuilt plenty of stuff and I am quite confident in what we got going on here. And if it don't hold, I would have always thought it should have. You can still do all this with a grinder, guys. It's just gonna take a little longer. I've paid my dues with a grinder, so on situations where I'm comfortable with my plasma, I'm gonna use my plasma if that's okay with you guys. In fact, I've had that thing for 2 or 3 years now, and last year I don't even know how many people who commented because I used my grinder so much and was like, dude, you should get a plasma cutter. And I've got a really good one sitting right there. I just always like to show you guys you can do it with a grinder. That baby set on kill mode, pretty much no cleanup. I mean, we can run the flapper on there. I'm gonna start fitting it up over here and see how she goes. Kind of held that up to the frame and just drew me a few little reference marks to kind of help me understand which way's up and down. And we're gonna use some real complicated tools to manipulate this in. We got a little on her just like that. Try to add a little more just right in the middle there. So I can hold that up like that and see it's fitting pretty good. So next I want to come up here and start to put me some marks where we're going to need to bend this front edge. We're going to start putting a little manipulation on this situation. So you just bend this and you grind this and you just do whatever it takes to get it where you're happy with the fit up. Now I know this thing sits in here in a certain way because I just synced it. So I'm gonna start tacking this one up. Helps when your welder's on. Tack that one corner. I'm gonna shove our piece back and tack this other corner. Well, this would be a lot easier if I didn't have a cheapo Harbor Freight C-clamp here. Fit up top's pretty good. The frame kind of bows up right here, so we're gonna tap her down. Same over here. Probably cut my piece a little too short there. We can tap that just a hair. Underneath here, we got a little gap there and there. We're gonna give her a couple love taps. One good one right there. One more. Oh yeah. There we go, baby. She ain't the prettiest, folks, but I don't care. Right here was kind of figuring out our settings. The rest, you know what they say. Grinder and paint, make you the welder you ain't. We're just gonna see how paint will do. I don't even think I'm gonna grind that. Just gonna hit her with some rattle can. Man, that's solid. That was a good idea. Now we need to build us a plate to go up to there. We're gonna get real fancy on this too, as you can tell. Transfer the old template here to some of our good orange stuff, and we're gonna give her the slice and dice. I use the slice and dice, guys, because we can keep a nice clean edge. If I would have plasma that, it would have looked like a sizzled piece of bacon, and I'd be cleaning it up with the flapper disc. Now I can just kiss these edges and we're good to go. Drill us a couple pilot holes, then we're gonna get the stepper outer deluxe. These holes are oversized, guys, because it's gonna thread into our plate. This one wears about a size 1/2 inch. Let's go see how we're doing. Yeah, just holding that there, you can see that gap right there. We were even hitting over here, so I kind of trimmed that up where we don't want to shove this any. I could actually put that corner right down there in the press brake and we could kind of break it over and fix that. But I got to thinking, you know what? Most people don't have a press brake, so why don't I figure out a solution that helps the viewers? Because I do this for you guys. Yep, and then it looks like that could sit there quite nice. Once we cut her out of metal, she's gonna look about like so, almost like a Pizza Hut sign or something. And we can set her in place, about right in there. With her tacked in place, we can remove it. Oh! Now we gotta trim that old backside off of her. Now look, she's ready for a welding right down the backside. Then we can flip her over. We can get her on the front side. All right, now she's full welded, bottom side, back side, whatever. We should be able to set that baby in place now. Do a weld back there and a weld there on the bottom side. We'll just keep stacking welds till we can't stack no welds no more. Got 300 pounds of welding wire each side. Went through 4 bottles of gas just welding up the front passenger. So there she is bolted in. We can weld that. And now we can weld that bottom too. Kind of cleaned her up. We could grind those down, but again, a little black paint on them and an engine in here. I don't think you'll know any different. Got the bottom all welded up. She's a little tricky with our old little jig here in the way. This plate right now, as is strong enough to start mocking up our suspension. But guys, I've got a whole nother side to get caught up to this side. So that's what I'm gonna do. There ain't no way, and you know what, that I'm gonna get her caught up to that point tonight. Got this side all caught up. Our robot looks a little different. Boy, I finally got that old welder tuned into Caterpillar. So them plates are gonna be plenty strong to mock up our A-arms, where we can start to figure out our bag mounts and stuff, which we definitely wanna do before we start gusseting, make sure everything's gonna fit. Maybe we can combine some gussets here. But as far as A-arms go, before we just slap this stuff back on there, why don't we go on a little trip? Took the old shot truck a little bit. Old skirt's falling off. Come on. Come on. There she goes. We damn near had us a Will It Run video right there. Rust check. She's good. Here's some classic Pot County bodywork, baby. So we're gonna borrow some front clip off one of these old Nissan hard bodies, D21, whatever you want to call it. A lot of stuff on the internet about this will swap, that'll swap, that won't swap, this will swap. And I just figure we'll see what we can make work. Now I understand we could do a full front clip, guys, and I don't want to do that. We're gonna make something else happen. Or are they 3-wire flippers?
3-bar flippers. Everybody needs a pair of them.
I've never heard them called flippers.
Yeah, you're from the wrong side of the hill.
I guess so. We got a steering column disconnected. All our engine that's got us is our 2 studs and our 1 hose, and I'm gonna get the hell out of the way because these gentlemen are here to work, not record like me.
You remember where this old truck come from, don't you?
No.
Old Jim?
Oh, yeah.
Old training wheels?
Yeah, I remember him.
How you get nicknamed Training Wheels?
He rode a gull-wing trike that had the conversion kit on it, and I told him, I said, hell, all right, it ain't no trike, it's just a damn
Hang on, let down. I don't like this chain.
fucking just training wheels.
Trying to be. Okay, lift you up.
I'm a nice guy, Carl. I stood behind you to use you as a shield.
Yeah, I hear you.
Who cares if I can't feel my damn toes? At least we got the front end of the old pick-em-up truck. Sometimes having a crane's handy. And so is having a fiberglass hard stop. Who would have thunk it? Before we go in this evening, we're going to do a little measuring, a little looking, so we can get the old brain going this evening. This little angle finder fit right on this bolt that runs through our lower arm. We're going to use that to set our 0 for front to back. So she's set at 0 right now. And then I set her 0 side to side. You see I got some shimming going on this side to kind of pick her up. Just real quick, you can tell that our caster is built into our A-arm mount. You can see how it's running downhill. Going across two of them bolts says we're going about 5 degrees, which that ain't the most accurate, but just for a quick reference. This old kingpin setup ain't like that, guys. It's gonna mount on there level. If we jack that frame up and set the bottom of the frame at 0, them 2 bolt holes up there across are gonna be at 0 as well. See how that runs straight up and down, but the spindle over here where our kingpin is actually kicked to the side. That's where our caster comes in here. I leveled up our upright right here and checked it, and this one's showing 4.6. So 4 to 5 degrees is what these little Nissans like, apparently. 1,000 threads out there on the internet. No real clear answers on what you can do to do a good ball joint conversion other than get a hold of so-and-so, pay so-and-so, buy so-and-so's custom upper arms. Quick research, here's what I found. The Nissan hard body stuff is about to swap over, is the best to swap over. The lower control arm should go into there. We may have to swap a bushing, and we may have to shorten that baby about 1.25 inches. That's what I read on the internet. So I'm gonna measure from the center of our pivot point right there on the lower control arm. I'm gonna use an old eagle eye, and I'm gonna get her out there to about the center of the ball joint. And we're looking probably 14 3/4. Then I'm gonna roughly put that at the center of our ball joint. I'm gonna measure out here to the mating surface of our wheel, and we're looking at 5, maybe 5 1/4-ish. So 14 3/4, and then 5, so we're at 19 3/4 there. Then we're gonna measure these the same way, center to center, 13 inches, and then center out to our mating surface, about 5 1/4. That puts us at 18 1/4. So I said 19 3/4 over there, 18 1/4 here. So you're talking about 1.5 inches difference. Just eyeballing it, eagle eyeing, guys. I read online 1.25 inches. So we're pretty close there. So here's what I'm thinking. I think we get out here in the morning, we shorten that lower control arm, and we start by getting it on, getting our spindle on, and then the only one thing that's gonna be missing is the upper control arm. We'll use the factory uppers from that if we can. I don't know. I just don't know. Ooh. What have I got myself into here? Always opening up a can of worms. We're about to ride this cold struggle bus together, y'all. Struggle bus together, y'all. Struggle bus together, y'all. So here's another good thing about the old Nissan hard body setup. Come on. She's moving on me. There we go. The factory 14-inch stilly from the Datsun still clears all the big old brakes and everything, so we didn't waste our wheels and tires there. We're just gonna put looby-dooby on everything, guys. Believe it or not, our shock's a little worn out there. Oh, fingers are killing me. So far, everything's gone fairly smooth. We're gonna get our little retainer off where we can get to that bolt. I think I'm gonna go ahead and separate the spindle from the ball joints. We're cooking along anyhow. There we go. This little key right here on that is what holds your whole front suspension up on one of these. tap her on the side there. There we go. Dang it. There we go. I hope. Oh yeah, she's coming. We got our moss and dirt covered lower. Got our upper. I'll show y'all the easiest way I can think of to shorten these babies, okay? I don't want to drill new holes because we have this little spacer in here. We got this one over here. We're going to draw some parallel lines, just a straight line, and then we're going to cut this at a right angle. We're going to take out the 1.25 or 1.5 inches. We're going to slide that tab forward, weld it in, and we'll plate it up somehow. Freehanded us a line through there, through that. Now, internet said 1.25 inches. I eyeballed roughly 1.5 inches. So I say we just split the old difference and do 1 3/8 inches. So we're going to come up to about in here, and then we're going to go forward 1 3/8 inches. And we're going to cut that square out, and then we're going to cut that line, and we're just going to slide that whole chunk forward. Did I really just do that on camera? Be sure to tack her across the bottom, you know, right below where you're gonna cut. Yes, I meant to put that up there where that didn't flex around, but that's okay. We ain't scared. Y'all get what I was trying to accomplish there anyhow. Just like that, she's missing 1 3/8 inches. Now our piece here, we can keep her on that straight line and just slide her forward. And you can see how that fits up pretty good there. I cleaned her up, I beveled her up. Now we're about to tack her up and weld her up. That's the freaking cool part about squaring that up and just sliding it forward. Takes all the guesswork out of it. Our bolt, whoop, slides right in. This baby is ready to burn in, y'all. Bolt still goes in perfectly smooth. We can lop off our cross members, lop off these rears, clean her up a little bit. Grinder and paint, baby. Now, I know I said we may plate it up, but honestly, guys, I think we're just fine like this. I've done upper control arms, similar style, never had a problem out of them, so that means the lower's gonna just be perfect, good to go. Went up to the local hardware, got us some Pot County misalignment spacers here, whole box worth. We're gonna see if we can't mock this baby up. The main concern being, we lost a big part of our mouth of that arm there, because everyone knows that's called the mouth. So if we put this here, let's use old loosey-goosey here to make this quicker. As you can see, that can't collapse up very far, so we're gonna have to either trim our control arm or trim this bracket. I don't know about you guys, but I vote to trim the bracket. Trim that, just like that. Couple washers, just a little mock-up. I think we're gonna have to trim more off for it to collapse just a little more. Not worried about that right now. I'd like to start figuring out the upper, so let's slap the spindle on. Loose mock-up, and before we can even start to figure out where our control arm's gonna go, well, there ain't no way around it. We're gonna have to trim out our fender well there. Now we're definitely getting into stuff I didn't want to get into. We don't want to trim off too much. We want to keep this nice and precise. That way we ain't got to really clean up a whole lot. Light trim there. Oh, perfect. Better trim up this forehead splitter. So as you see, we barely removed anything. Kept her nice and clean. If all else fails, we'll get the old trailer fenders from the old boat trailer back in this baby. Bam! Slapped us a bolt in this baby. Obviously we ain't matching up over here, but guys, this may just work out, and let me show you why. If we took that bolt out and we centered this up, you can picture the whole spindle would move over this way, right? Well, lining those up is actually putting our caster that we need in our spindle. In fact, with that being 6 and some change, which is parallel with our frame, which is 6 and some change, if we check that right there, it's at 13 and some change. Now this is loose and rough, okay guys? But we're talking about 6 to 7 degrees of caster in there like it sits, which on something without power steering, your caster is what returns your wheel back to the center, guys. So adding a couple degrees ain't gonna hurt nothing. Actually, you want even more on older hot rods. I'm saying we can tighten that down to kind of pinch that right now, and we can start looking at other things like range of motion and everything. Everything looks really good, guys. Tie rod looks good. Man, let's mock that up there. Oh, baby. You ever get into something and not have fun? Oh, I'm having fun. I love this stuff, guys. Right now, I want to focus on 2 things. I don't want to lose that position, so I whipped us up a little tab here, gave her a bevel front and back, and we're going to tack her on. So that'll help us keep that position. And next, I'm worried about trimming out more where we can get this full suspension collapse as high as it'll go. That way that wheel tucks as far as it'll tuck, so that frame can lay on the ground as hard as it can lay. And then from there, we can start checking some lift and checking the rest of our settings and whatnot. And we got a lot of stuff going on here, guys. Welcome to the world of custom. In the end, it's going to be worth it, because 1, we may not die. 2, I may build the suspension wrong and we could die. But you just got to keep doing stuff and trying stuff until you get her to work. That's a pretty good trim job. We're probably going to have to actually box that up with something now. But we can full collapse, I guarantee it. So I jacked her up about as high as she'll go, and well, that ain't gonna be enough to lay frame, I can already tell. I bet we gotta start slicing our firewall. We could have just crushed this thing and saved ourselves a lot of headache, you know it? Damn! Got that full lockout power skidding suspension like them old drift racers. She's clear in there. Let me try to set this thing on the frame. She slammed down pretty good, guys. We may have nailed it, baby. So guess who don't look too shabby there, huh? I think we need to relieve our upper control arm. And by that, I mean our ball joint. Well, she is maxed out. You can see how that baby's facing that away, which means over there, whoop, she's damn near straight up and down, or she's trying anyhow. We need to relieve them somehow. So we want to kind of pie cut this thing and collapse her that away to take some of the pressure off of there. Now we're going to use the real precise measurement of just wing it and ding it. Look guys, this is becoming a lot more work. This ain't such a simple little swap. I started rebuilding one way, decided to go this way, that way. Who knows which way we're headed. I know I look super smart, but don't let these looks fool you. I don't know what's going on. We got her bent up a little there. Man, oh man, I think we're sitting pretty. Got them bolted on, just kind of bent into place there. Got this old girl kind of jacked up about half travel of where she should be. As you see, the upper's off. Guys, this thing has negative camber there. So if we want to align it, say right there, with it already having negative, our control arm being on the back side, if we shim it, it's just gonna make our camber worse. Our uppers need to be at least a ½ inch longer to push that top out. Now we could have took more out of the bottom, but we also don't want to just keep sucking the wheel in super close. We're gonna have to extend these uppers. This little angle's good anyhow. I'm gonna try to cut this straight and then slide it out and brace it up in a way, guys, I don't know. I'm just winging it. and I ain't ever done this before, and I ain't scared because mama didn't raise no punk, and I ain't gonna do a step-by-step. Well, I don't know what in the kissing cousin fabrication we got going on here. Yeehaw! So here's what a side looks like. You can still see a little bit of weld, not too much. Here's what a side looks like when it's not done. Slap that old straight edge across the face of that wheel. Then you put your angle finder against that straight edge. I just did that. We're reading a little bit over 1 degrees positive now, which is good. If we want to have that baby aligned right there, you can loosen them bolts, shim between there, suck her back, just make her perfect. You can't even hardly tell this side was ever messed with. And that's why no one does them control arms, because they're a pain in the rear. God bless what in the mess we got going on here. Damn mess everywhere. I finished that upper control arm last night. And I realized something last night. I realized there ain't no chance, and you know what, we're getting this front end done in this video. Just ain't happening. If we were in a race, let's just say I didn't finish the race. Finished last place anyhow. I set some goals. I did not achieve them. That's all right, guys, because I didn't plan on putting hard body stuff on this. I thought we were gonna clean up the old stuff, bolt the Datsun stuff back on, and just build some airbag mounts. She's gonna be better than what she was, but I've just realized this is gonna have to be a 2-part video, one way or another. This baby needs shocks. This baby needs airbags. Them upper mounts need gussets. Lower ones need boxed. She still needs a lot. And we're gonna triangulate the lower arms. And we may get some drop spindles to get that front down just a little more. That's still a lot of work. And I still got a whole nother side I need to get caught up before I forget what I just did. Now the good thing is, we know what we're doing now. So the good thing is, we can just have some fun now. So let me get this other side caught up. I hope you guys like working montages. Well, I don't know what it's called. I hope you like sexy slow motion stuff. Does that do anything for you? No? You don't like mini trucks? You don't like Datsuns? I should build a C10 like everyone else and their brother. And their cousin, twice removed. I'm not gonna lie, guys, just seeing it here, I kind of scrubbed on her, kind of cleaned up around it, got me a little excited about it again, and I ain't been excited about this thing since I parked it. I'm talking like a decade ago. Like, even doing the back half didn't get me excited. This kind of does. Let me pop this hood. Pop! This side turned out pretty damn good, just like that side. Don't mind them custom tie rods. That turned into a lot of work. And we still got a lot of work to do. This baby right here is a good example of why a cheap mini truck project will put you in a position where you gotta learn to fabricate. Because in this, my options were spend a lot of money for someone else and still have to fabricate, or figure it out myself and have to fabricate. The heavy fab videos are a little different than when we're wheeler running or just cleaning and having fun. Because in here I get in the zone, I just want to work, so I quit having as much fun, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you will watch it, because obviously we got to have a part 2, because the front ain't done. I enjoyed doing it, guys. Nice little change up. I actually had to use my noggin a little bit, you know, figure out how to put this stuff in there that does not belong in there, and we've got her a step in the right direction. She's looking like she belongs anyhow. So it looks like our old airbags came in. I've had a universal upper bag kit for years in the sitting on the shelf or whatever. I need to rebuild some stuff. We already went over it, guys. There's a lot left to do. I hope you'll come back and watch that too. I don't know if I'm gonna do it next week or skip a week or what. Guys, I'm just shooting from the hip, baby. It's what I do. Instagram, Patreon, you know, all the good stuff. But don't forget, sitting on your ass won't finish your project. Just like this. If I'd been in there sitting on my hiney, we wouldn't be here, would we? No. We'd probably have a control arm cut in half. Speaking of control arms in half, I hope when we drive that and hit a bump that thing don't break in half. She's got the Puddin Fab Shop special on her, baby.